Today's program is sponsored by The Anthony Vincent Salon. Say hello to beautiful.
Fashion, music, wellness.
And don't forget sex.
Mostly sex.
If it's trending, they'll be talking about it. Trend Radio is right here.
And right now, I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we always have something great to say.
Because it's us. So stay tuned.
You'll be glad you did. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning to you.
What a great morning it is.
Always.
And what a great show we have today.
Of course.
You know, our big story is on why your big boobs mean that you are going to spend too much money.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
My big boobs or the vernacular boobs?
The vernacular.
Okay.
I didn't even notice you had big boobs. I only look into your eyes. And besides, you know I'm a butt man.
Hey, you know what? I got nothing else to say.
You know, it goes from the butt to the thigh gap.
Okay,
That's where
I got
I'm at.
it.
That's where I'm at.
All right.
And if you don't know what thigh gap is, email us. We'll tell
At
you.
trendradio920@gmail.com. And if you can tell me what a thigh gap is, I'll give you a $50 gift certificate to Anthony Vincent Salon.
Well, you know, what's interesting about thigh gaps is, and some things can get in the way of a thigh gap.
Like?
Pubic hair.
You know, I don't know why. I mean, it's too early in the morning for me to be with you right now, I think.
Well,
I think that's what it is. Mike, help me.
I don't know if I can.
All right, Anthony, go on.
There are very little known facts about pubic hair.
Okay. I know that you have them right here.
Right at my fingertips.
So let's hear the facts about pubic hair. Because, you know, here's the thing. I know nothing about it.
Well, Asian women in particular, particularly those in South Korea, they will pay top dollar to have pubic hair implanted and transplanted onto their crotches to give them a fuller, lusher, more natural look.
Well, they're looking for a full, lush, natural look. Why are they implanting if it's not natural? Think about this for just a minute. That was like an oxymoron.
I'm just telling you why they do it. In South Korea, the lusher, the better. I guess, you know, they are very tiny women. Their hair is probably not real thick like...
Are you kidding me? They Asian...
On their head.
Okay.
On their head.
You know, I would just... You see that? I was just thinking that because it's on their head, it would be everywhere. Think about that for a minute.
Well, you'd think that.
Yeah.
But, and their thoughts are the exact opposite of ours. Like here in the West, women are relentlessly
removing it.
Yes,
Brazilians.
Waxing and tweezing and shaving themselves.
Absolutely.
You know, and they are here like their genitals as smooth as a baby's behind.
Yes, I'm very well aware.
And did you also know that pubic wigs are a real thing?
Okay, no, I didn't.
Yes.
I didn't, and I'm kind of freaking out listening to this. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's right. And
where?
They're genital toupees.
Where? Who wears this?
Between your legs.
No, I know. Where? What part of the country? Where?
Okay.
Well, I mean, I can't imagine.
They're known. Well, first, relax. You're always jumping the
It's
gun.
like this. It's like, simmer down.
Just
simmer down.
Don't be so premature.
Oh, I am not the premature one. Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. These genital toupees, they're known as merkins. And they were...
A merkin?
A merkin. You've heard of a merkin, yes. And they were first introduced in the 1400s.
Oh, my.
Yes. So
Okay.
they've been around a while.
Okay. It's
So
like
it's
everybody, hey, you know what? Don't worry about transplanting or anything. Just go get yourself a merkin.
That's right.
Where do you get these merkins?
Well,
I guess you get them on the internet. You can get anything on the
absolutely, yeah. And you know what? We're going to do a show on this next week, just on merkins. There are
a whole show about merkins.
Yes, I was actually doing a little research last night.
So there's enough.
There are 2 or 3 websites where you could have custom-made merkins.
Okay, I don't know if we can do a whole show, but I'll tell you what. I'll make you a deal. We'll devote some time Okay.
Give us a call and let us know how much time you want us to devote to pubic hair.
Ay, ay, ay.
Give them our phone number.
Okay.
Give them your phone number.
I'll tell you what.
Call the salon.
Yeah. Hey.
Give them my house number.
I can't even talk right now.
Alrighty, so let's get back. So call the shop.
You'll be glad you did.
So anyway, these were first introduced in the 1400s. And you know who used them?
Who?
Prostitutes.
Oh.
Yes. They covered up signs of STDs.
Oh. Okay, then.
Speechless again, huh?
I am.
And they were also very popular in that Victorian area where, everyone was so sexually repressed.
Okay.
And do you know why?
Tell me.
If they were so sexually repressed.
Why they were wearing a merkin? I don't know.
So their husbands would not see them.
Oh.
So this was a little cover-up.
Oh.
In fact, I actually remember a story.
Instead of wearing a shadel on your head, you wear it on your... Oh, I get it. Okay.
I actually, remember a story that someone told me about their great-grandmother who would brag that her husband never saw her naked, ever.
Oh.
So that's how repressed some people are.
Yeah.
Well, and anyway,
poor man.
Today, from what I understand, shaving, plucking, waxing,
anything,
electrolysis, laser, you're right, anything to get the hair off.
Gone.
Yes. Now, with the merkins, some actors will wear them if they're trying to recreate a period piece.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Well, that's a whole completely different thing.
Yes. There was actually a great show the other day that I was watching on...
yeah, what is it?
It was on Go HBO. It was called The Notorious Betty Page.
Oh, yes.
And...
what a beauty.
Yes, she was.
What a beauty. And, oh my gosh, did she exude sex?
Yes, she did. She was absolutely
sure did.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Anyway, talking about sex and pubic hair and whatnot, we got an email the other day.
Yes.
And
you going to read it or you want me to?
I'll read it.
Okay.
Okay. And it said, Dear Lisa and Anthony, I've noticed that my coworker doesn't wash their hands after going to the bathroom.
Ouch.
Yes. Should I call them out on it?
Ooh.
What do you think?
I don't know. You know what you could do? You can kind of leave hand sanitizers everywhere,
especially on their desk.
Yeah, hey, I just got this little bottle of hand sanitizer from the bank. Here you go.
Right, and viruses can spread just from a person's hands throughout the whole office.
Of course,
and just a matter
because you
of
touch
hours.
you touch minutes. Really, you touch everything. You get up, you go to the copier, you go to the fax machine, you go to this, you go to that, you grab something, you grab a cup of coffee. Before you know it, your dirty hands are everywhere.
Ew.
So yeah, and this one, ew.
Ew.
And the worst part about it is, it's not even so much the fact that, all right, let's face it. Pee, we already discussed this, is urine, pee, whatever. Okay, yellow stream. It is 100% sterile. So
yes, it is. Yes,
that
it is.
Is not even the issue. It's being in the bathroom with all the other germs.
Or you're touching your pubic hairs, if you have any.
Yeah. Chances are, though, if she's living in the United States of America, she doesn't.
Well, we don't know that.
That's true.
I once bought a pair of those X-ray glasses in the back of the comic books. They didn't work.
Yeah, I know. You poor thing.
So the question you're saying is it's not if you should address them, but how?
Okay, no, you have to address it. That's why I would probably do the hand sanitizer thing. Pick up a few little bottles and say, here, I got these from the bank. You know how they give them out. Yeah. I don't know what else I would do. I don't know that I would say... Because here's the thing. Once you say, hey, I noticed you didn't wash your hands when you come out of the bathroom, you're never having another conversation with this person again. That's the truth. Because both of you...
I'm certainly not going to shake their hand.
Yeah. But I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of, the hand sanitizer thing. What else? Can you think of something?
Well,
You can put a whole thing of baby wipes right on their table.
yeah, you could do that.
On their
You could
desk.
put up a sign in the bathrooms, please wash your hands.
Oh, like the one
Like a-
where we put up the sign where it says, please no peeing on the CD.
Be a sweetie.
Don't.
If
No,
you pee on our CD, be a sweetie.
we have a client.
Wipe that damn CD.
Oh yeah, that's a rough one.
So I know that you are so much tougher than I am.
Depends on what it is.
I'm just an adorable little mush. You know that.
There's nothing little about you.
So, if you don't have any qualms about saying something to this slob to clean up his act,
The slob?
the slob.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Slob. Where do you come up with
I would
this?
mention it. I would mention it privately, so that way at least he isn't embarrassed in front of people.
He or she, by the way.
Both. I don't know. I'm not in the restroom.
Okay.
I'm only in the restroom with
on
men.
the email, nobody said anything about whether it's a girl or a guy.
No.
Okay,
No,
my feeling is, well, then again, you never know. I mean, it could be anybody. Okay. All right, yeah, I would be as tactful as I could be, and then if that didn't work, then I would just pull the person aside and say, listen, this is what I've noticed. This is gross. Yuck. Ew. And clean up your act.
Yeah, you don't want to make him feel gross, even if he is. And I use the he, the
Yeah,
vernacular.
because you're a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I like the idea of the hand sanitizer, and you might want to carry it around with you, or have it in your bag or your pocket or on a desk, several desks. And every time you see him, say, "Hey, something's going around." Squeeze it in their hand.
Use that hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Hey, yeah, something's going around. Yeah,
Yeah.
did you see so and so in accounting? They are sick as a dog. You want this stuff.
When I took a cruise,
A couple of years ago, yeah.
Was it a couple of years? I thought it was
Yeah.
only a year ago.
Yeah, a couple of years.
Anyway, there was a something going around the ship, and I did wind up getting sick.
I remember that.
And I
yeah.
was sick for like several weeks.
Yes, you were.
And
It was like intestinal or something.
yeah, it was awful. And I knew something was up because all of the crew, whenever you went into any dining room or any of the shows or anything like that, there were girls there that had the hand sanitizers, and they called it the washy washy crew or something like that.
The washy crew. That's very cute.
Yeah. And so they were constantly giving.
That's really cute.
Yeah.
I like that. The washy crew.
Cool. So now that we have clean hands, we could have healthier hearts, healthier food to eat.
Okay.
And-
So we're going right from clean hands and pee, of course, because he loves to talk about,
Pooping,
urine, pee, anything,
I like talking
farting.
about
Yeah, he
pooping,
likes all the boy
especially
stuff.
farting,
Boy
yeah.
stuff, yep. And now we're going to food and our heart. Okay.
Yes.
You know what?
And
Nothing wrong with that.
what's more healthier for your heart?
Then red wine?
Chocolate.
Ah, chocolate.
Yes.
Chocolate's delicious. And yes, it's very, very good for your heart because of its high levels of antioxidants.
That's right.
But you know that.
Eat more chocolate and lower your risk of heart attack.
Yeah. I know this is crazy. I haven't had actually regular chocolate in months.
Well, regular chocolate to you is dark.
Dark chocolate, yeah.
Regular
I
chocolate to
haven't
everyone
had
else
any
is
regular. I haven't had any regular dark chocolate in months. I haven't had any. I mean, the only chocolate that I could have is soy-free chocolate, and it's kind of hard to find. Mm-hmm. But they do make cocoa, which has the same benefits, and it doesn't have all of the other stuff because I, again, can't have the soy. But tell us about what's going on with chocolate.
All right. Well, everybody knows it's already been proven that the antioxidants in chocolate protect your cardiovascular system.
That is correct.
But new research reported in the Journal of Heart, they have doubled down on the findings demonstrating that eating chocolate daily may actually lower your risk of a heart attack.
I agree with that. Remember a few years ago when I was doing that whole weight loss thing, the one thing that I did not give up was my kiss. And I only had one a day because, really basically all you need is one.
It's a dark chocolate kiss.
Yeah.
Was that from Tyrone? Because I know he was coming around like every day.
No, it wasn't Tyrone.
He was pretty cool. You know, he had them
There's something so
braids
wrong
and
with
that.
you. There's something so wrong with him.
And I loved
but
his
if you
accent.
Recall, no,
It was
I
a
made you
Jamaican accent, Mom.
Yeah. I gave you a kiss, a chocolate kiss
Not,
every day too.
Not from Tyrone, you didn't.
Anyway, speaking of chocolate, I made sure that you ate one every day too, but I haven't been getting them lately, so that's why you haven't been getting that kiss, because I haven't been buying the kisses because they have soy. So
I get enough kisses from day to day.
Okay, I wasn't talking about a kiss.
I'm talking about a kiss.
I was talking
the
about
seniors
a chocolate kiss.
love me.
I know they do.
Yes, the older the better.
I have a few of my clients that just go crazy for you.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
The octogenarians.
Stop it.
Love them. I love octogenarians.
Okay. Anyway, back to chocolate.
All right, getting back to the chocolate. Data from a 4-year study of almost 21,000 Europeans revealed that those who ate an average of 7 grams, which is one small square, of chocolate a day had an 11% lower risk of heart disease.
So that would be like the size of a kiss then?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And a 25% lower risk of death from any kind of cardio problem.
Now that's fantastic. So here's another question that I have for you. So let's just say you're doing a low carb program. You're not going to eat that chocolate.
No.
Yeah.
There's a lot of carbs in chocolate.
So,
although if you look at a square, you'll have to look at how many carbs are in that square.
We'll figure it out based on one chocolate kiss.
Of course.
Because for those of you out there who are doing this low carb program, you might be able to squeeze in a kiss.
That's right. And low carb means anywhere from 0 to 20 carbs per day.
Yes.
And as much as 60 carbs per day.
Exactly. So the thing is that you probably could squeeze in that one kiss, and all you really need is one.
So that's what I hear. Now, if you can't just have one, those who ate the most chocolate, about 100 grams a day, were linked to a 23% lower risk of stroke. And
okay, that's a lot of chocolate, and you're going to really get fat if you eat that much chocolate.
That's right. That 100 grams is about the size of your head.
Yeah, Yeah,
that's,
I have a big
that's
head.
A lot. Yes.
I have a big head. That's a lot of chocolate.
Now, what's interesting...
Hey, I'm eating your head. Your head is delicious.
This particular study was observational. There were no guinea pigs or humans or anything live tested. It was just the observations.
Cool.
And by the way, as you said, it's the darker chocolate.
Oh, it's always the darker the better.
Yeah. So eat your piece of chocolate every day and be calorie and sugar conscious, and don't go crazy and overdo it.
Never overdo it.
Need a salon that's about the whole you? Precision haircuts, flawless makeup, impeccable nails, top-rated professional hair products. Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a hairstylist who has his finger on the pulse of all the latest trends? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a dependable salon with over 35 years in the industry? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for New York City and internationally trained stylists that will create the perfect look for you? Anthony Vincent Salon. Shine brightly while walking down the aisle. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a longer, thicker, beautiful hair extensions, Anthony Vincent Salon. Incredible makeup applications for weddings, proms, or any special occasions. Anthony Vincent Salon. Have dry, brittle summer hair? Get a hot shot. Anthony Vincent Salon. Before you put a ring on it, manicure it. Anthony Vincent Salon. Your image is their specialty. For the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a more beautiful you, call now 609-448-2212 and follow them on Twitter.
Elise, most of the time...
I do know. I do.
Yes, of course you do. Most of the time, it's a pleasure doing the show with you.
Oh, most of the time?
Yes, most of the time.
Not always?
Well, we do argue and we have disagreements on certain things, and it happens all the time.
I never didn't enjoy doing the show with you, whether we were arguing or not.
Well, okay. Whether arguing or not, women and when I say women, I mean you, are better at remembering to remember?
I am just still on the most of the time. It's a pleasure. I'm still there.
Well, I'm
most of the time. That's
there you
where
go.
I
That's
am.
it, most of the time.
Yeah, that's not good. It
Well,
should
what
be all of the time.
Okay, let me change it then.
Thank you.
So whenever we have an argument, you remember it all of the time. And that's because you're a woman, and women are better at remembering to remember.
Okay, but I will say this. Yes, I do remember our arguments and our disagreements and whatever it is, our conversations. I do remember all of that all of the time.
That's right. You're using your prospective memory.
But one of the best things about me that you love so much is that even though I remember, I don't call you out on it.
Well, you don't want to hurt my feelings because you're so nice.
It's not about hurting your feelings.
It's not? I thought you didn't want to hurt my feelings.
No.
You know
I don't
I'm sensitive.
I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I also don't want to dredge through all of it again, and there's no need. And why would we want to bring up an argument or a disagreement? There's no reason to. I just let it go.
Very good. Okay, so then let me change
Even though
this.
I remember it.
All right, let me change this around a little bit. Okay. So, getting back to your perspective memory, so you're very good at recalling like pre-event to-dos, like remembering to remind me that we have a very special guest.
Absolutely.
Remembering to remind me to make sure that I know that we're going to be on TV and to, wear that particular whatever.
Wait, no, not to wear this particular whatever, but just not to wear that particular whatever.
Okay, very good, very good. Yeah, so you don't like my sweatpants and my t-shirt look thing.
I love your sweatpants and t-shirt look.
But not for TV.
It's not the sweatpants and t-shirt that I was worried about.
Alrighty. Let's change it again.
Because it's becoming about him. He's you're setting this up.
Okay. Remembering to buy milk on the way home.
I don't always remember that, but because I don't always drink milk.
Or to bring home the Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah, again, I don't eat that, so I don't remember that. But I do remember to tell you to bring it home.
Okay.
And then therefore, there's no issue.
Okay. So now that we got that straight. Well, women are better at this than men,
yes.
Of course. And there was an Austin University study that suggests the gender difference may exist because modern working women have been forced to juggle careers and family.
Absolutely.
And you guys need those memory skills.
Mm-hmm. That is 100% true. Yes, we do it all.
Yes, you do.
You often say, I don't know how you do it.
I say that. I was just about to say that.
About me, yeah, because I am I'm doing everything business-oriented, everything radio-oriented, everything bridal-oriented, and still family-oriented.
Yeah.
And it amazes you, I know.
You do it all. And I know that there are people in the salon that say, why are you always asking her? You could ask me. I can help you out. I can do this. But I always go to where I know you're not going to forget.
Well, you also know it's going to get done.
It's going to get done.
And done well.
That's right.
And that's why.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thanks for the compliment.
My pleasure.
No problem.
So there is this memory gap between men and women. And because of all the things that women juggle.
Not all women. There are some women that, I don't know how they don't remember things. Not all women are like that. I think sometimes the busier you are and the more focused you are, I think that's when it works. Another thing also, it's a matter of caring too. Some women just don't care. They just don't. They're more self-centered. They care more about themselves. They're selfish people. That happens too. I've met a few of those.
Make sure there's enough mirrors in the house.
Yeah.
Exactly. They say if you want something done, get a busy person to do it.
Yeah, well, that's why I do so much, because I'm a busy person.
That's right. If someone has a lot of time on their hand, it's most likely that they're not going to get the job done.
Correct.
Because they're not equipped or focused on.
Yeah, focused on doing.
That's right.
So then that's what happens.
So, guys, if you want to close that gap and start juggling some more things around, let's say like you could take a much more active role in some of the household duties, the shopping, the laundry, the cooking, taking care of the baby. But then, of course, if you are a regular listener to our show, you will find that the more active role that you take in household chores, the less sex you will have in the long run.
Okay, now I disagree with that.
Go back into our archives, and we did a whole
I think that it's
show.
sexy as hell when a man helps. I think that's sexy as hell.
Well, I don't know. I could only speak for myself, but I know for me, I get up in the morning, I do the laundry, I cut the grass, I do the grocery shopping, I bathe the dog. And
you clean up after yourself, too.
And I do, and I still have time.
Even at the salon.
And energy
Yeah.
to fool around afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Anthony Vincent of Anthony Vincent Salon. Time for another fun and fabulous beauty tip with our tip chick. And here she is.
Got dry and brittle? Squeeze a little protein pomade into that parched mane. Say hello to beautiful.
Want your beauty question answered on the air? Email us now from AnthonyVincentSalon.com. Remember, for the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Call us now at 609-448-2212. You'll be glad you did. So, Elise, anybody
Yes.
ever question your spending habits?
Yes.
Always, right?
No, not always, but, yeah, they've been questioned before.
Yeah, I thought so. See, whether you're the type to drop a lot of crazy cash every time you get a chance, or you're one of those cheap people who never tip above 12% at a restaurant, you can blame it on your bra size.
Yeah, well, my bra size is actually pretty average, so I don't think that
Elise, there is nothing average about you. Nothing.
Well, my boobs are not too big, and that's the first thing. Secondly,
then
I don't
why
spend
are they sitting on the desk?
They're not.
They're on the desk. Or
They're not.
One of them is.
Mike,
Mike,
I
check out.
actually can't. I have to stand up to see.
Mike, my boobs are not sitting on the desk.
Oh, sure.
are they?
She's all lifted up real high now.
I'm sitting like
She
this.
was like this. The one boob was like plopped. Boom. Right there.
What we really got to talk about, Anthony, is why your boobs are sitting on the desk.
Thank you so much, Mike. Okay, my boobs don't sit on any desk. Okay, and that's the truth. There you go.
Well, personally, I think this is very interesting news because considering how much money some of my ladies in the past have spent on a weekly basis alone, do these women really need another reason to behave so irresponsibly?
I don't know. I just don't know.
I keep hearing, honey, I need your help. I need you to help me out this month with a few dollars.
Well, you don't hear that anymore.
No, not anymore. I'm just saying, in my past.
Okay.
And I think that's why I'm more attracted to big-bottomed ladies these
As
days
opposed
as
to
to big-boobed ladies.
Because the big boobs spend more money.
Oh, well, my whole thing is trying to get people, fiscally fit. It's what I need to do.
No. That is actually true. You are very, very good with that. What's interesting, though? I'm not a shopaholic, as you know. I'm really not. But when I do go shopping, I'm always looking for... If I need something, I'm looking for a better deal. And you know where I shop.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I shop in different places, but you basically know where
You always get the greatest deals.
I do. I really do. And thank God I understand, what I'm looking for. But aside from that, I do see, when I'm at the mall or I'm shopping around, I do see, some women spending a lot of money, and, I look at them, I see them, their hair looks beautiful, their outfit is fantastic, but I don't necessarily notice if their boobs are necessarily bigger than the next girl.
Well, now you're going to
Now I'm going
notice
to
these
look.
things. Yeah.
I'm going to go look.
I have a sneaking suspicion, though, that you're going to notice this and you're going to say, hey, she's a D cup. No wonder why she's got 6 packages she's carrying around.
Well, I will let you know. I will keep you posted on, my boob findings.
Okay. Alrighty. And I'm going to try to find some interesting facts on big butts.
Okay.
Well,
that I know a lot about. That I have no problem with. And that there's nothing I can hide. Okay? I know my boobs are not sitting on the desk here, but I know my butt is definitely in this whole chair. That I know.
I never noticed.
Are you kidding? I can hit you with it. All right, that I know.
Well, anyway, the boob findings, they're actually from a study by a Chinese e-commerce group.
Oh.
Now, I don't understand this. The Chinese e-commerce group is called Alibaba.
Alibaba,
that's the group.
Interesting.
And this group decided that why bra size and spending habits go hand in hand. So they figured, let's do a study about it.
Okay.
So this is what they did. Alibaba broke their customers into 5 spending categories.
Oh, I'm so excited about this.
Low. I know that's not you. Slightly low. Middle. Slightly high. And high.
Okay, so what size are the low?
Well, what they did is they matched them up to their bra sizes.
Okay.
And they found that 7% of women with a B cup were buying within the high spending categories. That's 7% compared to 17% of the C cup ladies.
Okay, I'm in that percentage then.
Okay. Now, women with D and E cups were even more likely to spend so much more.
Can I just say something here? Now on a very serious note, the larger your bra size, and this is honestly the truth, the more money you're going to spend on a bra and the more money you're going to spend on tops. And that's the truth. Because the truth is that with you being as full-figured or as busty as you...
Bountiful.
Okay, bountiful. It's very difficult to have something fit, to get something to fit and still look nice. And so you're going to spend more money. And that's the truth.
All righty. Well, there you heard it.
And that's true.
So the D&E cups were spending 24 to 33% more.
Yeah, well, their bras are more expensive. And so are their tops. And so are their jackets. Everything is more expensive.
So, okay. So they can totally blame their maxed out credit cards for their big boobs?
Well, that's what they're doing. That's what the study is saying. The study is saying you spend more money if you have bigger boobs. End of story. So yeah, that is 100% true because you cannot get a bra for less money. That's the thing. You need something that's going to be sturdy to hold those babies up.
Well, there you go. You heard it first.
That's correct.
From Alibabita.
But it's true.
So then what about those tragic A-cup crew?
Do you really think that is tragic just because you have a small boob?
They never spend the big bucks. At least not based on this study.
Okay, not based on this study, but I guess it depends on who you are and what you do and what your needs are and what your wants are.
I see. Okay. So if you're an A cup and you spend more money than you should get a second job because you can't use your boob size as an excuse.
Ah, yeah, that is true. But even if you spend too much money, you should get a second job anyway and not stop using anything as an excuse.
Well, according to Alibaba.
Alibaba, this is hilarious.
younger women usually have smaller boobs and less money to which to play and spend wildly with.
Ah.
Okay?
Okay.
There you go.
And there you have it.
So, alrighty. So, you've all heard it out there. Elise says that there should never be a shortage of excuses to buy too much or spend too much money than they should. And that it's important for us to put our hard-earned cash back into clothes, shoes, and makeup.
Nothing like a lip gloss.
I'm Anthony Vincent of Anthony Vincent Salon. Time for another fun and fabulous beauty tip with our tip chick. And here she is.
Got lips? Want that perfect pout? Find the hue that's right for you. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Shape, stain, and shimmer. Same shade. Say hello to beautiful.
Email us now from AnthonyVincentSalon.com. Remember, for the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Call us now at 609-448-2212. You'll be glad you did. Okay. I have been putting this subject off for some time. It's nothing new. It's been around since the time of Hippocrates and was first used in America as a birthing aid.
Oh.
And then a birth control method.
Okay, what is it?
Feminine wash.
Okay.
Douching. Do you douche?
Do you?
I've been called a douche many times.
Okay, we're getting very personal here, Anthony.
Yes.
But and I'm going to be very, very honest with you, Anthony. No, I do not.
Well, thank you for that information. You know,
but here, I asked you a question too.
I don't know. Can guys do it?
Yes, they can.
I don't know how to get that.
So basically, what you're saying is no, you don't.
No.
Thank you for being honest. Okay, let's talk about it. If we're going to be talking about it, let's talk about douching.
Alrighty.
First of all, let's do this so that everybody can understand this. What exactly does that mean, douching?
It was promoted as a hygiene tool in the 1800s.
Okay.
In fact, douching became most popular from the black market birth control industry.
Really?
Yes. They were sold undercover at Tupperware parties.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yes.
Like in the 70s?
Perhaps. But it started in the 1800s.
I understand, but I wasn't there.
So,
in the 1800s. I was, however, around in the 70s. That's why I said that.
Okay. Well, even the nurses at Bloomingdale's promoted douching.
Ah. Well, I guess at that time, it was known to be a good thing. I don't think it's really such a good thing, though.
Well, it was actually before the 70s. It was like the 50s and the 60s.
Okay.
Because until the birth control pill was available to all unmarried women in the early 70s, the doctor started to tell people that douching is not only unnecessary, but it's potentially harmful.
Yes, it actually can be very harmful.
Really?
Really?
Okay. So douches were actually mixes, and basically water and vinegar, or water and baking soda.
Yeah, I always knew about the vinegar and water douche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, today the makeup of the douche really has changed to, it includes fragrances and other additives, which are not healthy.
I'm sure they're not.
This is why the doctors...
I'm sure they're not. I'm sure it's really not. I mean, I guess, vinegar and water, how bad could that really be? I mean, if you think about it.
Well, what it is, if you think about it, vinegar is really very, very healthy. And what it does is it balances
the acidity, yeah.
Yeah, in your body.
And your pH balance, true.
Yep. Well, it was very, very popular, but ineffective as far as birth control.
Because it's a cleanser. It's not necessarily, that kind of cleanser. It's a cleanser, though.
Well, so then what does it do, and what could it be used for?
Well, according to the study in the Alternative Daily, it's meant to keep the vagina clean, to reduce odor, to cleanse yourself after menstruating and to avoid sexually transmitted infections, which unfortunately, if you're promiscuous, that could happen. And
So you mean I really need to start douching, even though I don't know how?
I'm not going to even discuss this with you right now. According to medicinenet.com, it is estimated that between 20 and 40% of American women between the ages of 15 and 44 douche on a regular basis. Half of them do it weekly. So,
Well, I had an old girlfriend that I wished would have done it weekly.
did you drop her too?
I did.
Great. Anyway, today, most physicians advise against douching. And the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists also note that douching can be a very unhealthy practice.
Only if you're using those store-bought ones.
But basically, according to them, the vagina is much like a self-cleaning oven.
That you have to warm it up before you put the meat in.
Oh, that wasn't in the study. It takes care of itself, and it works hard to keep the vaginal flora balanced.
Well, let me tell you, this gal that I dropped did not smell like a flower.
As I was saying, the vagina has both good and bad bacteria. And once the bacteria is thrown off balance, which can happen while douching, once it's thrown off balance, infections can happen. And if you douche when you have an infection, it can push the bacteria up into the uterus, the fallopian tubes, and the ovaries, creating so many issues. Definitely not something you want to deal with. I mean, basically, would you use Lysol on your private parts? I mean, would you?
No.
No, I mean, I know it's lemony fresh, but I wouldn't.
So then I guess when you douche with a number of today's popular products, many of these fresh scent douches products actually contain additives and stuff that'll irritate the sensitive lady part linings.
Oh my God. These irritants and additives can hurt the sensitive vaginal lining.
I said lady parts. I can't say that other word.
And completely disrupt the bacteria balance.
That means the good bacteria and the bad bacteria.
Well, it just means the balance. And once you're off balance, you can have an infection. So basically, ladies, you know what? Really, I mean, keep yourself clean, of course, but you don't necessarily need to stick up all these irritants and craziness just because you think it's the right thing to do, because it's really not. They're saying it's really not.
Yeah, most of those products are just fragrance and water.
Yeah. And some of these products can be very questionable. You don't know what they're using.
Our show is basically about relationships, health, and sex.
Mostly sex.
Hey, that's my line. and relationship-wise, there are reasons people fall out of love.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, in the beginning of a relationship, there's typically a ton of excitement and lust. And
lust. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. They call that the honeymoon phase.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that is?
Oh, everything is new and special and exciting. And, there's the chills. And it's just, again, new. And that's something that's really special. That's why it's so important to keep the new alive.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, over time, it naturally begins to fade.
Life happens. That's what happens. Life happens. And the thing is, that's why it's so amazing. Certain couples last and certain don't. You find as you go along in a relationship, and you're growing, you each have different needs. And your needs will either grow together or they grow apart.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what happens. There's a way to keep it alive, though, if you're growing together and, you're lacking in certain areas, but there's a way to keep it alive. There's a way to keep the new alive. Think about it. Think about what you do.
Even if you just spend a minute every day.
Exactly.
Just on each other.
Exactly.
And totally...
It's nice to have a little more than a minute, but if you only have time for a minute or two, it's amazing to just do that, to be totally focused on that one thing. And then you think about that. And that's a great thing.
I think so too. When relationships fade and, when that happens, many couples start to think that they aren't in love anymore. Especially when those struggles of life, like you say, get in the way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I knew a girl, she was in a relationship for quite a while, and the struggle was real. She really, really, really wanted to be with this guy, but he was just unavailable, and he wasn't 100% committed to her. And even though she was committed to him, it didn't work out. And the thing is that's a very important part of it. If you're not 100% committed to the person, get out of it. Don't waste the other person's time. But if you are, and you're lacking in certain areas, find ways to keep it alive. And that little minute or two, or just keeping something new, thinking about what can you do to just, give her a hot moment or give him a hot moment. Because that's all it is. It's a moment. And then you're thinking about it.
And that's what you remember is that moment.
Exactly. It's that moment.
Yeah. Those silly things like, being behind on the bills or, the dishes piling up.
That's life.
Yeah. They cause a lot of stress, especially when the honeymoon is over.
And uneasiness. And you don't need that. You know what? Dishes get washed, bills get paid.
That's right. They do.
But the thing is that what doesn't happen is if you don't take care of your partner or the person that you love, if you don't do that and you don't spend that moment or that minute or whatever it is you want to call it, then you lose that. And then that will simmer down and fade away.
Yeah, don't take each other for granted.
Never.
And don't focus on the negatives.
Never.
You focus on the positive about their partner.
Always on the positive.
Whether it's, your life mate, your husband, your wife, or your co-host. And you do a wonderful job making me sound good. Thank you.
Then why were you rolling your eyes a minute ago when you said your co-host?
I got it.
You said it with such distaste.
Oh, no, I had an eyelash. I was...
Here, let me flick that for you.
Ow! You can put an eye out with that.
Yeah, be
fingernail
careful.
of yours.
Yeah, be careful.
And even though I thank you for making me sound so good, that's a selfish thing to say. We would like to thank Mike for making us sound so good on the air.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you guys do the talking. I don't do that much.
Anyway, by focusing on the positive, the positive things that your partner does, you will appreciate them more so that the relationship can thrive.
Absolutely. Thriving is just crucial to your being.
And this show has been thriving for over 2 years now.
Absolutely. Fabulously.
So, ladies, do everything you can to keep that relationship alive and healthy and
hot.
There, you heard it from the lady herself. And speaking of that, we have some tips for you that will guarantee. We do. Yes, we do. That will guarantee your man coming back to you begging for more.
Okay.
We're gonna help you keep that relationship
hot
and alive
and
exciting
and new.
And
why are you repeating everything I'm saying?
Because you always sound so good, and I want to be like you.
Oh, but you are like me.
That's right. Only my boobs are bigger.
That's okay. My balls are bigger. Okay, go on.
All right. Elise and I often get questions about whether or not guys enjoy foreplay. And the truth is that guys really do. If you do foreplay right, You know,
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people think, guys are just, go for the gold ring, boom, that's it.
Yeah,
and
no,
3
no.
minutes later, they're making a sandwich.
Sometimes 4, but it's not like that.
Often 2.
Depends on the guy.
Yeah. Could be 1.
Oh, yeah.
What was that back in the colonial days? The Minuteman or something?
Stop it. Stop it.
Well, anyway. If you do foreplay right, then both of you are going to enjoy sex a whole lot more.
Absolutely. I agree with that completely. What do you think foreplay is what do you think the right way to do foreplay is?
Foreplay. It's this. This is Italian foreplay. It's like...
Okay.
Wait,
all right.
listen. This is a visual.
Oh, gosh. That was really funny. Oh, God. Terrible. Okay.
You don't want to explain with...
I'm not going to. No.
Alrighty. So if you want to know Italian foreplay, here it is.
Okay. He's snapping his fingers.
You'll have to email us at Trend Radio to find out the rest of the story.
Okay. So you only know about the snapping of the fingers then.
That's right. Anyway, our illustrious Elise, queen of information, has found some foreplay tips from the Bad Girls Bible.
Oh.
And we are going to tell you exactly what to do to make foreplay more enjoyable for both of you.
Okay. Let's do this.
Okay. Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
You can start.
Okay.
You always do.
And that's one of the things. Don't let the guy initiate. Why do I always have to start? Why can't
I
you
agree
start?
with you. The guy doesn't always need to be the initiator.
All right.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
There's no reason why you ladies just can't smile, put your hand, bring your hand up to the shoulder and just kind of slide down, squeeze that arm a little bit.
That's right. Make him think he has big guns.
Absolutely. Whether he does or doesn't. It's all about what's inside your brain. Smile, reach out. You can tap him on the butt. You can do all kinds of things. You can just run your hand over his leg. I mean, there's so many things that you can do to initiate.
That's right.
Even a nice, sweet, sexy, pouty kiss on the cheek.
That's right. Kiss that man. Learn how to use your hands. And
I just said a mouthful.
yes, you did.
Yeah.
Touching, massaging your man with your hands.
Another thing, and this is just, you can whisper something dirty into his ear. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
That's always a very, very sexy thing to do.
That's right. Talking dirty is a really good foreplay tip that you can use on your man throughout the day. It really is. And this is to build up the sexual tension, to have your man salivating for you.
Absolutely. And that's really important, sexual tension.
Absolutely. Just tell him what you want and why.
Yeah. Beyond what you want is the why you want it. That's even hotter
and that's right.
than what it is that you want.
And remember, guys are visual by nature. So it's all how you look. They get turned on by what they see. And
okay. It depends. It's not always what you see. I mean, I believe that's really. I know guys are visual, and I know it's very important to to the guy what they're seeing. I understand that, but it's also very, very important what they're hearing. I think that it's very important.
We're talking about pre-foreplay tips over here.
Okay.
So, as I was saying, guys get turned on by what they see and what goes on in their head. And for you ladies out there, taking care of how you look should be a high priority if you want to turn your man on.
Absolutely.
This is, what did I say? Pre-foreplay?
Yeah.
So dressing up in something sexy is hot and also great for building sexual tension.
I agree. That is true. But you don't always have the opportunity to be dressing in something necessarily sexy.
I'm not talking about a costume with like the French maid.
No. However, I think it's really fantastic to always look sexy. So even if you're just wearing your leggings, let's just say, and a pretty little sweater, there's a way that you hold yourself. There's a way that you move, and that's what makes it sexy.
You're absolutely right. Now, many years ago, I dated a Sixers girl, and absolutely
we talk about
beautiful,
the Sixers girl a lot.
Absolutely beautiful.
And she would wear on the weekends this little yellow sweatsuit, or big baggy yellow sweatsuit.
That's right.
Pull her hair back, no makeup, but I'm sure she was still sexy.
Well, it was what she had on underneath that
Which was
big,
probably
baggy
nothing.
yellow sweatsuit.
Which was probably nothing.
I don't kiss and tell.
Yes, since when?
But what else would you think?
Speaking of not kissing and telling, I think kissing is very important. Be a good kisser. And if you don't know how, learn how.
That's right. A lot of people think that kissing is boring. And
Oh, no. Kissing is an art.
yes, it is.
And it's hot.
We had a whole show, was it last week or the week before, all on kissing.
It's all about the kiss.
It is all about the kiss. In fact, they did a song about It's in His Kiss
Oh, yes.
a long time ago. So, kissing is not boring at all, especially if you do it with passion and intensity.
Gusto.
It is incredibly hot. And the key is taking the initiative
Absolutely. Grab his face and kiss him.
before he gets a chance to kiss you. Show him what you're talking about.
Absolutely. Like, suck on his lips.
Oh, I prefer biting. And, while you're kissing your man, alternate how passionately you touch him. First touch him and caress him
A
very
little
softly.
squeeze.
That's right. And then later grab him and hold him. And,
And you can even dig your nails into him.
that's
Yeah, that's hot.
Yes, it is. Now, ladies, try these tips, and I guarantee you will be thanking us.
Absolutely.
You've been listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Do you want more? Go right to our website, 920thejersey.com. Click on demand and scroll down directly to us.
And if you have a topic of interest that you want us to discuss, or you'd like to be a guest on our show, email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com. You'll be glad you did.
And remember, your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card.
But how you make people feel, well, that becomes your trademark.
I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye for now.